Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Today, our Group 3, would like to present a business case about Nokia Corporation. Our presentation will explain Nokia's background, the main problems, the diagnosis, the required change, the SWOT and force field analysis, the change plan, the result, and finally the conclusion. This presentation was prepared by Asaida Zahra, Irsha Melani Irana, Isma Alia Fauzia, and me, Salma Salsabila. Let's begin with the background of Nokia. The background of Nokia. Nokia was founded in Finland in 1865. It became one of the world's leading companies in mobile phone manufacture during the late 1990s and early 2000. Nokia was famous for its innovation, durable products, and high quality. However, between 2007 and 2013, the company failed to adapt to the smartphone era. During this period, new competitors like Apple with its iPhone and Android-based smartphone began to dominate the market. Nokia could not respond quickly to this change. As a result, the company lost its leading position and eventually sold its mobile division to Microsoft in 2013. After that, Nokia transferred its business focus to a telecommunication and 5G technology company focusing on networks, digital infrastructure, and communication service. Nokia faced several major problems that led to its decline. First, the company had rigid leadership and a slow response to market change. The top management did not adapt quickly when the new competitors appeared and consumer preferred change. Second, Nokia had a close organizational culture. Many employees were afraid to express new ideas because the work environment did not support open communication. Third, the company's bureaucratic structure made innovation slow and inefficient. Decision-making required many levels of approval, which reduced the company agility. Fourth, Nokia produced too many products without a clear strategic direction. Instead of focusing on one strong innovation, the company released many similar models that confused consumers and weakened the brand identity.
From this problem, the diagnosis showed that Nokia lost focus on customer needs and emerging technology trends. While the market was moving towards smartphones with touchscreen and apps, Nokia was still focused on traditional mobile phone. At the same time, its innovation process was hindered by a corporate culture that feared failure. Many employees change requirements to recover from its decline. Nokia needs to implement several important changes. First, it had to change its organization culture to become more open and collaborative. Employees should feel safe to share ideas and take part in innovation. Second, the company had to simplify its organization structure to enable faster decision making and improve responsiveness to the market. Third, Nokia needs to focus on its core competence, which is in the field of network and communication technology. This means leaving behind less profitable division and focusing on area with future potential. Lastly, Nokia had to strengthen research and development as well as building global strategic partnership to support innovation and competitive. Let us now look at Nokia SWOT analysis. First is strength. One, a strong global brand with a long history and reputation. Two, extensive experience in network technology. And last, a wise and strong partnership network with global company and competitor. The second is weakness. First, slow to adapt to technological change. Two is a rigid organizational structure. And third, internal culture that resistant innovation and new idea. And third is opportunity. First one is huge potential in the 5G and Internet of Things or IoT markets. Two opportunities for collaboration with global network op- operator. And three is new possibilities from digital transformation around the world. And the last one is trade. First, intense competition for Apple, Samsung, and Huawei. Second is rapid technological change that can make product outdated quickly. And the last is global economic uncertainty that can affect demand and investment.
And next, I will explain about pore speed analysis. In Nokia's pore speed analysis, you can see both driving and retaining forces. In driving forces, financial crisis and market loss that push the company to change, competitive pressure from Apple and Samsung, opportunities from 5G and global network expansion, and the presence of new visionary leadership that want to transform the company. And for retaining forces, there are a culture of peer and risk aversion inside the company, slow structural changes that limited flexibility, lack of human resources for new technologies, and poor internal communication between different levels of management and strategies to overcome barriers, Nokia introduced digital and innovation training, encouraged open communication between management levels, and carried out organizational restructuring to create greater agility. And next is change plan. Nokia developed a clear change plan to rebuild the company. First, there was organizational restructuring from 2014 to 2016. This include division consolidation, improving process efficiency, and the acquisition of Alcatel-Lucent, which strengthened Nokia's position in the network industry. Second, Nokia made a business focus shift, moving away from mobile phones toward network infrastructure and digital services. Third, the company promoted a cultural transformation, encouraging collaboration, openness, and continuous learning among employees. Fourth, Nokia focused on continuous innovation and research and development, especially in 5G, cloud services, and the Internet of Things. And the last one, it built global strategic partnership with companies like Google Cloud, AT&T, and other global operators to support its transformation. And next is result and impact. As a result of these efforts, Nokia successfully became a major player in the 5G industry. The company's financial performance improved and operation became more efficient. The innovation culture that had disappeared slowly re-emerged inside the organization. Nokia also began to focus on sustainability and digital transformation as part of its long-term strategy. These results show that Nokia was able to recover by changing not only its strategy but also its internal culture and structure.
In conclusion, the story of Nokia demonstrates that even most successful companies can fail if they do not adapt to environmental and technological changes. However, with visionary leadership, An innovation-driven culture and strategies aligned with market dynamics, a company can recover and grow again. Nokia's transformation from a mobile phone leader to a major force in 5G technology shows that real transformation depends not only on strategic moves but also on changing the organizational mindset and values. This case proved that embracing is essential for long-term survival. So this is five references that we use on our research. So that is from our group. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.